I had a dream last night that a man came up to me on the street and asked me very intrusive questions. Two of them being, one, why aren't you wearing makeup? And two, aren't you supposed to be doing a booktube video? So here I am. My name's Marissa, and this is my booktube TBR. For those of you who don't know what booktube is, it is basically a reading marathon where a lot of people just read at the same time. If you want to know more about it, I'll actually just leave the links down below instead of describing it because that would take too long. So, my TBR for the Booktubeathon, let's do it. The first challenge of Booktubeathon is to read a book with blue on the cover. It has to have blue somewhere on it. So what I did for that is I picked World After by Susan E. This is the sequel to Angel Fall, so I'm not going to tell you the premise because spoilers, but basically Angel Fall is an angel apocalypse book. It has some aspects of romance, it's like an adventure, survival kind of book. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It's different than other angel books, which is a good thing. So I'm excited to read this one. The second challenge of Booktubeathon is to read a book by an author who shares the same first letter of your last name. Now my last name starts with a K, so I only found 2 books on my shelf with authors whose last name starts with a K. One being Iron King by Julie Kagawa, which I was considering reading, but I ended up picking Storm Dancer by J. Kristoff. This book I do not know much about actually, and I'm kind of proud of that. I kind of want to surprise myself with this book. I know it is a fantasy book that looks like it has some either Chinese or Japanese lore incorporated into it, which I really like in my fantasy books. There's also a griffin that she saves, I believe, and they have like, she can hear his thoughts. I don't know, it sounds pretty cool. I'm excited. The third challenge of Booktubeathon is to read someone else's favorite book. Now, I asked some people, and they answered books that I do not have on my shelves and that I could not find in my library. What I did is I went to Twitter, and a lot of people actually tweeted about what their favorite book is so that other people could pick one of those books to read. Point being, I saw a lot of people on the hashtag that said that their favorite book series is the Chaos Walking Trilogy by Patrick Ness. So, I have The Knife of Never Letting Go, which is the first book of the Chaos Walking Trilogy by Patrick Ness. I'm very excited about this. I think this is a dystopian book, but this one sounds interesting. It's everyone in the society can hear each other's thoughts, and I don't know much else about it, but it sounds really interesting. I'm excited. The fourth challenge is to read the book that you last acquired. So someone could have given it to you or you could have bought it. I got both a book outlet order and a book depository order in the mail on the same day a few days ago. So I had about 10 books to pick from. So I decided to go with The Queen of Italia by Megan Whalen Turner. This is the sequel to The Thief, which I read a couple months ago. I can't give the premise of this one because it would be spoilers, but the first one is basically a fantasy story about a thief who gets thrown into jail because he brags about stealing something of the king's. And since he bragged so much about stealing something, they wanted to use his skills of thievery to acquire something in a different kingdom. So this is a sequel. I don't think I described that very well, but first one was pretty decent. Second one, everyone says this one is at least 2 or 3 times better, and it makes the series worth reading. So I'm excited. The fifth challenge of Booktubeathon is something that I'm sure Ariel is laughing about inside because it is to read a book without letting it go. Basically, you want to read this in one sitting because you cannot let the book go once you open it. So I picked Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. This book is less than 200 pages. I think I can finish this in one sitting without needing a bathroom break or any sort of other break. I hope I can. This used to be my mother's. It was published in the 60s. It's so old. Oh, it smells good though. This is another one I am excited to read because I have not read Agatha Christie's books. Any of them. I feel like I'm gonna like this book. The 6th challenge is to just read a book that you really want to read. So I picked Half a King by Joe Abercrombie. This book looks freaking awesome. This is about a prince who wants to regain his throne, except he has a physical disability, which is he only has one good hand. I don't know what it is about this book, about the premise of this book, that just makes me so excited, but it makes me so excited. I've heard great things about it. There's also a forming of like a fellowship, just like in Lord of the Rings, so I hope I really like these characters, and I'm pretty sure I will. Super excited once again. And then the last challenge of the Booktubeathon is to read a total of 7 books. Now, the challenges only covered 6 books, really. So for the 7th one, I can just read whatever I want. And I decided to choose Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I have not read this book, but this is one of my favorite movies. It just looks so fun. It looks so fun. Look at that cover. It's so pretty. And that's it. That's my TBR for Booktubeathon. I'm determined to read all of them because I still haven't heard back from jobs who want to hire me. So I am jobless. I have nothing to do next week except to read. So excited. By the way, Booktubeathon, if you didn't know, is from August 3rd to August 9th. I don't think I mentioned that. That would also be something you can learn from the Booktubeathon YouTube channel or their Twitter, which, again, I will link down below. So, I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm gonna go before this gets awkward, and I will see you guys later. Bye! I'm excited.